Hi, welcome. It's Meredith. I'm here with our message for Tuesday, the 19th of January, 2021. We're using Bonefire Tarot for our message, and our cards from the bottom of the deck are indicating how the energy atmosphere is charged according to the tarot. Our first card is the Two of Coins. Flexibility within flow. And, you know, this is a nice abundance card, and certainly we've been seeing plenty of messages about our abundance. The flow within the energy atmosphere has been one of tremendous manifestation. So it's a great time for, you know, planting our seed thoughts, taking action on our creative passions, and having a mind for, or an intention and heart space for what's in the oncoming energies, and how we continue to invest what's now into what's oncoming. And the Two of Pentacles is about maintaining a sense of flexibility. So as one wave of energy rolls in and another rolls out, we experience a sense of generosity, reciprocity, and the feeling on these cards, or this card in particular, is that all sense of timing tends to fall away. We truly do find ourselves in allowing, and we're happy for it. This card can also indicate for us to stay flexible with our priorities and to stay really harmonized and balanced with how we invest our energy. All right, coming with this is, oh gosh, look at that. I did say we're experiencing generosity, reciprocity, and how the energy flows. So as one wave comes in, it's generous and it's delivering, or we are generously giving. And then the next wave is the generosity of receiving. And here it is on the Six of Coins. It's a super balanced energy on this card. So today we're finding a lot of harmony, and we're keeping a really positive focus on what's present, what's before us, and how we are giving and receiving to all of that energy. And coming with this now, Knight of Coins. Well, the earthy grounded suit, it serves us. It helps keep us centered, reliable, consistent. And, you know, our Knight of Coins has all of that. He also doesn't miss anything. He carries with him the Ace of Coins, which is all about opportunity and great love and taking action. And he's the one knight that doesn't rush into the action. And I feel a connection here to the Hanged Man once again. We've seen him a number of times in recent days, and I do feel there's some pause in the action as we see this card. And it may be that we are garnering our gains here with the 2 and the 6. Add those together, you get the 8 of Coins, and that's doing the work of our soul. And we're being steady, reliable, and consistent about that. It's a great investment in self-relationship. It is a great investment in all the things that we have interest and passion for. And it's an excellent investment in our relationships. Next we have, how interesting, coming together, 9 of Wands and the Knight of Swords. So we have some opposing energies. And every now and then, there is a feeling of opposition, almost like a magnetic pull to one direction or another. But it feels, you know, as magnets begin to oppose one another as they come close together, that could be the feeling that we have today, and we want to bust through that, Knight of Swords. And my feeling is we're being asked to remain steady, consistent, in the flow, rather than impetuous like the Knight of Swords, or driven, because that's when we lose our periphery. That's when we lose our vision for and our ability to be mindful of what is being invested in the oncoming energies. It pulls us out of the now. And with the 9 of Wands present, the now might be feeling like that opposing magnetic force. So we want to move beyond that because that feels uncomfortable. But my sense of it is that that's the moment where everything just sort of breaks open, blossoms on its own. So the 9 of Wands is a card about endurance, not impetuous movement forward. Let's see what comes next. Our first card here is the High Priestess, and she comes along with the Four of Swords. So here's the super stable foundation, and this is a card of preparation for what's next. With the High Priestess paired to this card, we are being invited to really rely upon our intuition, our inner oracle, our psychic vision, our empathic nature, all of it. Bring that to this Nine of Wands. That's where the endurance comes from, and that's what has us staying in heart space rather than impetuously moving forward like the Knight of Swords ego. Let's make quick work of point A to point B right here on the Two of Coins. That's not necessarily how the flow is going. And that may be the shortest distance between 2 points in a straight line here with this Knight of Swords, but that doesn't necessarily follow the flow of this infinity loop here. It's more of a serpentine path, and you can't just go charging right through that, and the Knight of Coins knows that. So this Knight offsets our Knight of Swords and brings a measure of stability. And then we have more stability in our intuitive wisdom, however that presents for us. So pay attention to the symbols, the signs, the gut feelings, right? Lean into all of that in a relaxed way and do what you can to mitigate the energy coming from the Knight of Swords, compelling us to move forward in a way that would, as I said, make quick work of point A to point B. But again, it's not necessarily flowing that way, and your intuition is going to let you know it. It may seem dazzling, it may seem charming, and it may seem efficient, though the oracle tells us otherwise. Yeah, and that's backed up by the moon. So something of the unknown becomes known with that card. We have a different vision, we have a different angle from which to view how the energy atmosphere is charged, how it's flowing, waving for us, and we're absolutely deep in, saturated with the our intuitive gifts. So if your inner wisdom doesn't do it enough for you, the moon's energy is going to. So even as you may be tempted, and I think there was a bit of temptation in yesterday's reading, right? There was temptation towards self-sabotage, and that's what I feel is a bit of a leftover here from yesterday's reading to this reading, because acting in an old way or responding to the ego is going to override the intuition, which we have doubled here in the reading between the High Priestess and the Moon, and that's not going to produce the result you want, nor is it going to have you feeling as if you are prepared for what is unfolding. So take that deep breath, ground yourself, know that that feeling of those opposing magnets, if that's developing within you because you want to charge forward, know that that is a sign in and of itself to ground, get centered, garner your gains, reconsider what you are giving generously and receiving generously. Is that in harmony with heart space? And if a quick movement forward with the Knight of Swords really does appeal, ask why. You know, you can get it when you look at the being on the Nine of Wands. If you're feeling anything like this person, a little banged up, a little wounded, a little worse for wear, yeah, we'd like to reach the fulfillment of something, but there may be a greater cost here. So pay attention, again, signs, symbols, intuition, gifts, and get some relaxation. See, we can turn the Nine of Wands into the Four of Swords. This card shows exactly what is needed, required, and fulfilling, which is peace. Take a breath, reconsider, prepare, sink into, allow yourself to be saturated by your own intuitive gifts. Be informed in a divine way. And then we have Seven of Swords. And there it is. That's the thing. This card is an opportunity for heaven to touch earth within us. Though if we move through the energies in a way that is impetuous, like the Knight of Swords, then, this card is called the Thief. It robs us of our joy. It robs us of the bliss, the love, the happiness that is in the journey and on offer to us, for us. So I don't feel a sense of caution here. It's more a message of heart mindfulness. Stay there. And if some sort of opportunity comes along that seems like it would escalate what's unfolding for you, consult your inner oracle. Pay attention to what's there and be certain that in the presentation of that energy, you do not ultimately rob yourself of the joy of fulfillment. Oh, nice. All right, angel answers. Ask a question if you have one. Allow these cards to confirm something for you, or just allow them to be a fresh message. Our first card. Gosh, this one never gives up on us, does it? Big happy changes. Stay connected to your happy, because that's what's making big changes in your world. That's what's part of the momentum of this beautiful flow on the 2 that rolls into the 6 and becomes the 8, which is the work of your soul. That is steady, reliable, and consistent. Next. You know, here's a backup confirmation to the Knight of Swords, and it is take action. It's simply, though, that taking action doesn't always look like this. Doesn't always look like this Knight. Is not necessarily impetuous like this Knight. So consider what your best action is. And according to these cards, it's come in off the 9 of Wands here, feeling a touch weary, right? And come into peace, sanctuary, and self-relationship and garner your gains. Get back into your intuitive gifts. One more. And what a great card. Ask your angels if you require assistance of any kind. Ask your guides, angels, and ancestors. And then stay awake, aware, alert for the signs and symbols that come your way as a result of the asking. Our affirmation today from the Spirit Junkie deck. Oh, sweet. I trust that my intuition is always leading me in the right direction. Well, now that's 3 times over in this reading for us to pay attention to our intuition. I am also hearing from my guides, don't allow yourself to be talked out of your intuition. You know, you may get an intuitive hit for your own self and then talk yourself out of it. Oh, I don't know. Or you may have an intuitive hit for or on someone else and you share it and they deny it. Still trust what you got. Okay, everybody, have a beautiful, intuitive, heart-spaced, heart-mind kind of day. Peace, love, joy, happiness. Namaste.